Presentation is done by KM Dastoor Reinsurance Brokers Private Limited. They are Lloyd's brokers in UK. We have structured and event insurance policy for corporate events, wedding planners, exhibition companies, and the media industry. First of all, 80% of events are not insured in India, as there are no government laws stating that. So when you take an insurance policy, there are so many liabilities which come, if accidents happen. So these are some of the liabilities which are listed down here. There are accidents. If accidents occur, someone can hurt or loses his life, an insurance policy can cover that. A stage could collapse, causing injuries to performers or guests. Cancellation of your event, which is very important, maybe due to storm, unseasonal weather, like natural calamity, or non-performance of artists. You have a ticket selling event and your artists do not come up to your event for certain reason, if he's met with an accident or something. So that is also covered. Event insurance also covers fire. If you have fire at your event and your equipment catches fire and other properties at the venue, that is covered in that. Third party is basically bodily injury to people at the venue and property damage by third party. So that gets covered in the third party insurance. As goods in transit is also covered. For example, your sound light guy is transporting goods and meets with an accident, or it comes late to the site, that is covered. And burglary, of course, you have money, you have properties at the venue during setup and dismantling, that also gets covered in that. These are different types of event insurance coverages at a glance. There's commercial general liability and event cancellation, fire, error and omission, burglary, and theft. So I'll get in detail of each of these liabilities. So commercial general liability is basically damage to property by third party or injury to participants, audience, suppliers, owners of property. There are extension covers which you can also get through KM Dastoor. This is transportation liability, emergency medical expenses, additional insured when required by a written contract. Then if terrorism happens, food and beverage liability. Food and beverage is something you have some food packets from outside for VIP and somebody gets food poisoning and he throws a claims on you, that is covered in that. Valet parking is basically you have luxury cars parked at your valet and maybe there's an accident or a scratch or something falls on it, that is covered in valet parking. Same with car, motorcycles, etc. So we also have this third party adventure sports general liability policy. There are a lot of corporate events happening where they go to off sites, where they do adventure sports and team building activities. So this is a special CGL policy and it is venue specific. Each policy is named with a venue in it. So this policy for one day is insured at the same venue. You can't. So a lot of these adventure sports like sky cycle, zoom bike, bungee jumping, trampoline, rock climbing, wall, rope course, inflatable bouncies, all these kinds of adventure sports are covered in this policy. And rigging flying systems also can be covered during your event. You have artists flying, you have properties flying. So you can cover all these in this third party insurance as well. Error and omission is that, for example, there is an accident happens due to negligence of your contractor or your subcontractor. So that is covered in that. Basically, when you take an insurance policy, you need to name your contractors and subcontractors in it. So they automatically get covered. Now, event cancellation. Non-appearance of an artist or an important person. You have a celebrity coming, you have a ticket selling event, you have a singer who cannot come due to an accident or death in his family or So this is covered in that. Then there are terrorism acts or threats while your event is going on or prior to your event, 1 day prior, there is some terrorism activity happens and the show cannot happen. This is covered in this. Loss or damage to the venue. So any accident happens, there are loss of property to the venue that gets covered. Then fire at the event cancellation also covers fire. Like something goes wrong and there is fire at the venue and your event cannot go ahead, then this is covered. So this event cancellation is covered only if the event gets cancelled 100%. If your event gets cancelled and you postpone the event, it doesn't come into event cancellation. The event has to be cancelled 100%. Then there are unseasonal rains or adverse weather. So when you say unseasonal rains, you will only get insured during non-seasonal. So between July and September we have rain. So at that time, if you go and apply for this policy, you won't get covered. So you need to take it prior to the rainy season. Then there is power failure at your event and the event gets cancelled. This is covered, but there has to be a standby generator, which is compulsory. Then there is epidemic declared by the government. So now COVID-19 is an epidemic declared by the government. So if you have an event today and you would have taken an event insurance 2 months back covering epidemic also, and if today the government declares that COVID-19 is an epidemic, you get covered in that. A lot of events have got cancelled and a lot of people have got into losses because their events were not insured beforehand. And the other is disruption of the function due to stampede. You know, some fight happened in stampede and that gets covered. And fire is basically your sound, light, video, material, event sets, wardrobes, hoardings catching fire during an event. All that is covered into the fire policy. Burglary and theft. So any construction material, hoardings, properties, sound equipment, light equipment, that gets covered. But very important is that during the claims, you need to prove that these properties were kept in a lockable storeroom. You know, it can't be lying in the venue and you say that it got there is burglary happened. So you need to have maybe a container room or something where you can keep all these things locked. Fidelity is basically financial loss to the insured due to dishonesty of your employee. You know, your employee could have passed some information to somebody else, and you know you get into a loss because of that. Annual event policy for event management companies. This we also have been speaking with EMA. There are a lot of event management companies who have asked us to create a policy which all their events can be covered in by paying one premium throughout the year. Now there is no such policy in the market at the moment. We are speaking with public and private companies to issue these kind of policies for the event management companies. So this again, all risk policy for electronic equipment is for your vendors, you know, your sound vendors, your video vendors can avail of this. Lot of our vendors today have insurance policies, but their insurance is only you know, valid at their godown. Once the goods go out of their godown, they are not covered. So by taking this policy, they are covered. Their equipment is covered at the godown and at the venue as well. So an event company do not need to take a fire insurance policy if a vendor has this policy with them. This is one another policy is for your office, you know, your office with all the properties, your laptops, your equipment, uh, and your public liability also for the insurance for your offices all gets covered in this. This is a separate policy which you need to take for your office. So cyber attacks today, everything is getting digital. You know, a lot of And as you know, there are a lot of digital frauds happening. Data have been hacked, and the data which are hacked has been sold in the market. So this is a special cyber attack policy, which we will discuss in detail during the Q&A. I'll just go through what are the coverages which you get in a cyber attack policy. It's privacy protection of your data, basically. Then breach context. There's a breach of data. Somebody has hacked your data and is using it. That gets covered. Then there's business interruption. Covers financial loss such as business income when a company has its network dependent revenue interrupted. Then hacker damage. So your information or your data has been hacked from your systems. Extortion is again illegal extortion where you can say credit card falls or your bank accounts has been hacked. Multimedia liability, cost to defend and resolve claims related to online content. A lot of our company today will have all our contents online. We'll be speaking with our clients, presenting them online as well. So you can secure that data in this policy. Now, this is a group mediclaim policy. I don't know if you all know, the government of India in the last week has has made a law that any staff working at an office and the insurer the company has to take insurance for the staff, which is called mediclaim policy. So we have this group medical policy which we have structured for the hospitality industry, and we can also give this to the event companies as well. Our group mediclaim policy also includes personal accident cover and critical illness cover, which usually don't get in our individual policy. Now, these are the events which we have insured in the near future. So KM Dastur has got 16 offices nationally and 11 offices internationally. We are geared to ensure your events in India and globally as well. Sectors we service are aviation, logistics, oil, energy, the banks, telecommunications, movies, sporting events, etc. We have an approximate staff around 300 experienced and qualified employees, including experienced doctors, which will help you during claim settlements. One of the biggest policies in the past which we have done is we have ensured the Mumbai Municipal Corporation, we ensured 90,000 employees in one policy. And Indian Bank Association, which is a medical insurance scheme. There were 25 public sector banks and 15 private sector banks which were insured in one policy. So more than 3 million people have been insured under this scheme. And this is the largest GMC policy in the country, having over rupees 1,000 crore collected as premium. So these are some of the other innovative approaches which KM Dastur has done for the insurance sector. So basically KM Dastur structures policies suiting a client's need. So can we take up some questions now?
Sure, sir. You can. Anyone having a question? This is your time to raise questions. As we have informed in the previous sessions, we'll appreciate people asking questions to raise one question, allow other people also to have the opportunity to raise their questions. In case no one else is raising, you're free to raise a follow-up question. So would anybody like to go first?
Yes, I'd like to go first.
Go ahead, sir.
First of all, is my company Team Rustic Private Limited a member? That if you can help me with that information right away, because I am attending this for the first time. I do not have information.
What kind of information? I'll share the PPT with you. I've already spoken
whether
with Vinod
my
on this.
yes, okay. So
So I will.
we are members.
Haji. No,
So
it
that
doesn't
means,
matter if you're a member or if you're not a member. You know, this policy is there for any event management company.
okay, great. And can you forward the presentation to us?
Yes, I will
For
forward you once the session gets over.
yes, yes. And thirdly, some idea about the premium
So the premium all depends on
based
what you want to
ba
cover, what are the risks you want to cover, and how high are these risks. So basically, the premium could vary between 1 to 2% to 3%. It depends on the risk you are insuring.
yes. Okay.
So once I get a list of equipments or whatever you want to insure,
Fine.
I can get a quote immediately in a deal for you.
Mr. Kushru,
Okay. So can I request the presentation to be sent to me also,
Yes,
in
sir.
addition to Vinod?
Yeah, I will add it.
John, can I reply to that?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Just for the benefit of the non-members, all the presentations are being uploaded to a YouTube channel of ISA Tamil Nadu chapter. Okay, and we will be sharing the link so you could download those presentations from there, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now, Mr. Kushru, there are some questions in the
Yes, please.
group chat.
Yes.
Would you read it yourself, or would you like me to read it out to you?
No, would you read it to me because I can't see that screen. Yeah.
So we have one question is from Mr. Sunil Moore. He's would like to know whether do you have comprehensive policy for an event?
See, there is no one comprehensive policy available in the market. You know, you need to cover yourself for general liability, for fire, for event cancellation. These are all separate liabilities which has separate premiums, you know. So you need to choose what you want to insure. You want to insure your event for fire, for event cancellation, or you want to insure your event for third party. So then there is burglary, fidelity. So it depends on what you want to insure for.
Thank you. There's another question from Mr. Gautam. His question is, does this insurance, the insurance, will it cover for expo and promotion activities?
Yes, also. Yes, yes. It can cover exhibitions, promotions, small activities, everything.
Excellent.
So I have two questions. Is that okay? Can I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead with your question.
Hi. So when you said the non-performance of artists,
Right.
what are the clauses that are there? Is because certain artists could just turn up and say, "I'm not feeling well and not coming." But
So he needs to prove he's not feeling well. Not feeling well is not the reason for not coming. No, if he has an accident, there is a death in his family, a reason which is sustainable legally, you know. Because the underwriters, because we need to send proof to the underwriters as well.
So
it
it's
is not
basically
the artist did not come. You know, there has to be sustainable proof proving that the artist could not come because he met with an accident, or somebody expired in his family, or there was something happened at a place and he could not leave his house, you know. But that has to be substantially proved.
Okay. Now one more question. Now, since you said the audio and video sector,
right,
most of them are unorganized in the sense that not many people have their material in the book of accounts.
Right. So that cannot be insured.
Okay.
So you need to have proper legal bills to insure your equipment. You know, you need to produce bills of purchase.
Okay. And what about material that is old? Because there's a lot of people can rework on it.
Mm-hmm.
And does that, because depreciation applies. So if there's material.
So what kind of material are you talking about?
Audio, your woodwork, your stages,
no,
all that.
Woodwork in stage doesn't get covered because I tell you why. What happens is your sound system, your lights, your video walls, they have their registered coding number at the back, so that if an accident when you cover them, you need to give a list of those registered codes also. that
Okay.
this monitor, this is the code. So when there is an accident, the underwriter comes and checks, okay, chalo, this code is there, this subwoofer is caught with a fire. So they will calculate liabilities like that. So there is to be, because your stage and your trussing, you have no coding on them as well.
Okay.
So that the insurance companies will not cover.
But when it's aluminium, again there's salvage, so I'm sure they take care of that also. I'm sorry I'm taking a little more time.
No
It's just certain things that I
You
you
can
know.
call me personally also, yeah, because this I think we will need to discuss in brief.
Yeah.
Maybe
Thank you.
a number from Santosh. But it is possible, some kind of marking or some kind of numbering of the product before you insure them. If you can do that, then the insurance companies might insure it.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Karan. Another question that we have, this is from Mr. Srinivasan Balaram. His question is there any insurance which will cover equipments, that is electrical and technicians too? For yes, sir.
Okay. Electricians and technicians in same policy?
Yes.
See, the equipment, you'll have to insure equipment separately and your staff separately. For staff, you'll have to take a mediclaim or an accident policy. And for your equipment, you'll have to take this electronic equipment policy.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
John, I have a question.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
This is Narendra Singh. Can I go ahead?
Yes,
sir.
go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Hi, Kushru.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. I have actually, two questions to ask.
Yes, sir.
See, one in the case of an event, let us take any big event happening.
Right.
Who basically takes the insurance? Is it the vendor or the client?
No, the
Client, I mean the event manager.
Event management company.
So the event management takes the
because sir, you need to understand that
you said that
given for an event.
Yeah.
The insurance is not given to a vendor; it is given to an event. So an event manager or the main client can also take the policy. We can name both the client and the event company in the insurance policy, along with your vendors.
So what happens in a case where the vendor has taken insurance but the event manager has not taken insurance? Then what happens?
Then see that's what I told you, that whatever the all vendors have insurance, but their equipment is insured in their godown only. Once the equipment goes out of their godown, then you need to take an event policy covering that equipment at the venue. So that could be fire policy is the main policy covering equipment. So that an event manager or a client will have to take a separate policy for that.
Okay, because we have a transport insurance policy, and we also have an insurance for our workers on site and for our materials at site.
Right.
So in case of any damages because of our equipment to third party, are we will that insurance hold good or no?
It is not. See, third party is a bodily harm. Something happens and some people coming at the venue are injured. You can third party is for that. Then maybe because of you or your vendors, there is some problem with the property. The property gets damaged or something, then it is covered in the third party. So third party is basically to cover your property and people at the venue with accidents.
Okay, I understand. Now the second question is, you said that insurance does not cover staging and trussing.
Yes, sir.
But unfortunately today, staging and trussing is more costly than even your sound and light. Today, if you go for a good quality truss, it costs almost about 3.5 to 4 crores to buy a truss. So then what do we do?
But sir, the problem is, if, for example, I'm just giving you an example that if your truss is insured, it catches fire, like a Make in India happened, the truss caught fire, the equipment caught fire. Now, when an underwriter comes at the venue, How do you prove that this is the truss you had insured for, or this is the equipment you had insured for? So there has to be a coding on the equipment which has to be submitted while you're taking an event and taking a fire policy. So the underwriter will check, this coding equipment is called fire. So, okay, this is it. Otherwise, what will happen is people, the trussing catches fire, and the vendors will say, for example, you have a 60 by 40 truss which caught fire. The vendor can come and say, I had a 11 by 60 100 by 60 truss which caught fire. So there is no proof of what you have got at the venue and what you have insured.
What do you mean by
That
coding?
is the problem.
What do you mean
Coding
by
is
coding?
like you take a sound woofer.
Yeah.
There is a registration number of every sound system or every woofer or every speaker at the back.
Okay.
Right. Your staging, now when you do your staging, your ply doesn't have a coding. Your truss doesn't have a coding. So that is the problem.
But if it has a marking of the manufacturer, will
Just
that
the
be
marking of
sufficient?
the manufacturer is not there, no, sir. You might have a 200 by 100 ka truss at your godown. You have installed 100 by 100 ka truss at your godown. A fire occurs, and the vendor comes in, will say, I had kept 200 by 200 ka truss, and it has caught fire. So now, how do you check what equipment has caught fire actually? What you have got at the site and what was the equipment you had insured. So there will be a discrepancy in that, and that the insurance company will not cover.
But I seriously request you to look at it a little more closely and see as to what can be done to ensure
Yes, sir.
S50 trusses, because they are very expensive.
I know, I understand, because
that's all. Thank you so much.
I will call you personally and speak.
Yeah.
Could I add to this, sir, if you don't mind?
Go ahead, Karan.
Sir, when you said that the underwriters would come in over there, so when the setup is being done, can't we get the surveyor inside? Because the underwriter is not the one. The surveyor would come in. You can have the survey. It's a paid survey. And they come in and they have a look at what it is. Once their go-ahead is done, and then because you can always take a WC policy and or an all-erection policy. And before the event is done, if you have that policy, they know exactly what is going on, and they can insure it as well, right?
So there are thousands of events happening every day. Where will the surveyor go? And also the surveyor which goes, it has to be from the insurance company.
Yeah, so multiple insurance companies have their surveyors where they charge you a certain amount.
Right. We can do that also. We can look at that. But then that is an extra cost which has to be built.
Yeah, but when you're covering about 4 crores worth of equipment, I think that's a better option to do than not have any insurance, right?
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
Thanks, Karan. We have another question, sir. This question is about. One more, I'll just read it out to you. This is from Mike. I think this is from Mr. Michael. I think his question is in regards to material of audio, video, and lights at godown. Can we go with book value? The insurance, can it be taken at book value?
No, it has to be taken by the reinstatement value. Why reinstatement value? Because it is good for you only. If you bought your equipment 10 years back, and that, for example, one sound woofer is costed you 10,000 at that time, and now that sound woofer is costing you 50,000. So when you insure with the reinstatement value, you will be insuring your equipment with today's market price.
Thank you, sir. Then,
hi, this is Madhu Narayanan from Stage 3.
Hi, Madhu.
See, my basic clarification is, you said, what is the difference between the event policy and the event cancellation policy?
Event cancellation is separate. Third party is separate.
So what is covered actually in events policy?
No, event. See, when you say event insurance is divided into fire, event cancellation, third party, burglary, fidelity. That's how it goes.
Okay. The reason why we asked this question to you is that, see, we are an event manager company and we work with the vendors.
Right.
The products or the equipments are insured under the equipment policy. Okay.
It's a fire policy. You'll have to take a fire policy for insuring equipment at your venue.
Yeah, fire policy is one part of it.
Right.
As an event manager, we invest in a lot of other things in terms
Okay.
of managing the whole event, and we when we incur a accident, okay, there is a
Right.
property insurance which is taking care for the property,
Right.
okay, and there is a mediclaim insurance which is taking care for, or a third party insurance taking care for the employees or the manpower. Okay, now for the event managers who's organizing that particular event,
Hmm.
what is the security or what is the insurance which
You can take a mediclaim policy or an accident policy also.
now how it will be redundant, right?
Pardon? No, you can, it could be a yearly policy. You can take an accident policy for the whole year.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm trying to tell. So what does the event policy cover then for an event manager's loss?
So event manager's loss is a personal loss. Insurance companies does not insure anything to do with your personal loss, you know.
So basically,
when
this
you
is like a
when you
property
say
insurance
you
and a
have
manpower insurance, right?
no, for property, there is third party. For your staff and the people working, there is accident policy or there is mediclaim. For equipment, there is fire policy.
Okay.
So once you have an event and you want to cover certain things, you can write to me, and then I can tell you where what is covered, in which kind, what policy if you take, and what will be covered in that.
Okay, fair enough.
Kushru, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
See, we have been facing a situation with our clients where they
I have one question, Kushru.
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Narendra, please wait. Mr. Santosh is proceeding with this question. I'll give you a chance after that. Mr. Santosh, please proceed.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nari, if
Yeah.
you want to take a question, you can take it. I can finish it. Do you want me to finish it?
No problem. You can. I'll wait. No problem. Yeah.
Kushru, we have encountered a couple of situations where
Yeah.
we insist the client to take a complete insurance covering our vendors and the
Right.
guest, everyone in total.
Right.
But what they do, and we get quotes from our members and from insurance companies also.
Right.
They come back to us saying that no, your premium is higher, and they take a premium covering only the guests. That is third party.
Right.
Okay. Now, how do we protect our members? We have had some issues where it goes out of our pocket.
So yeah, so this is the problem in India. The problem is that as abroad, there is no law. Event insurance is not compulsory, right? So that is why clients, you can't do anything. If the client is paying you to take the insurance policy, you can take it. Otherwise, you'll have to take it and pay it from your pocket.
That's what is happening.
Yeah.
The problem is, for example, now we get a premium at 1 lakh. For example, I'm just saying.
Right.
The client takes the same thing at about 25,000 with the X insurance company.
No,
and
that's
they
not
don't
possible.
even. No, I'm saying they take it as a third-party insurance or whatever, and they don't show us the policy what they've taken. They say we have taken it.
Right.
Is
So
there
when you-
any way that we could control this and insist that the client covers us? Because see, every time it's coming to a situation where we are forced to foot the bill or the onus comes on to us.
The only thing, if a law comes out, the government says that event insurance is compulsory. Till the time this doesn't happen, clients will keep doing this. So there is no control. If there is a law, then definitely you will have to take it.
How does the event manager protect me? So can I send a mail back saying that, sir, we have recommended this and you have done this. So anything happening beyond this will be your sole responsibility. Can a mail help
No,
us
you
or
can't.
protect us?
This will not happen, because see, if the client says no, I don't want to take an insurance. If something happens at the site, the event manager is responsible. The client will tell you, I don't want to pay for it. If you want to pay and insure, you please go ahead.
No, I'm saying if I send a mail back to the client saying, sir, we insist that you take this cover because it's a very big event and many people are involved in this.
Right.
Since you're saying no, anything goes wrong, it'd be your
no, legally
because
you will
in
not
our
be able
estimate,
to. Santosh, legally we will not be, do anything. This email will not. If you go to court of law, also, it will not work.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, that's.
So I have one question on the chat box that I will raise with you. Following that, Nari sir, you can ask your question. I'll just finish this one question before that. This question is from Ms. Sridevi Mani. Her question is, what's the time frame required for taking the insurance prior to the event?
Okay. This is really little dicey. Insurance companies do not work on Saturdays and Sundays. So if you have an event on Monday, you need to at least process your event insurance on Wednesday. They will at least take 2 to 3 days to revert.
Thank you, sir.
So you need to take 2 to 3 days in account. It can happen early also, but I'm saying the better it's to take 2 to 3 days in advance.
Thank you, sir. Nari sir, would you like to go ahead?
Hello. Yeah. The question I have is, Khushru, this
Yes,
is a
sir.
very practical issue that we have faced. Okay.
Yes, sir.
When we send goods by transport,
Yes.
when we send goods by transport, we normally send the goods along with an e-way bill. Okay.
Yes.
The value that we put on the e-way bill is the value of the contract, not the original value of goods.
Yes.
So in the case of any accident in the transit,
Yes.
the insurance company says that they can only pay on the value of the goods that is declared on the e-way bill. But
That's
that
right.
doesn't help us. A trussing worth 1 crore, we don't get a rental of
Yes,
beyond
so-
maybe 2 lakhs for that.
Agree. So that is why I said earlier also, you need to put reinstatement value. You need to put the value, like if you buying that truss today, what is the market price? You need to get your equipment insured for that rate. Because if you have you're saying your truss is worth some crores, and over here you have billed the client 10 lakh rupees. And so you'll only get 10 lakh rupees, because you're paying the premium for 10 lakhs. If you're paying the premium for 1 crore, you'll get 1 crore. It's like that.
I understand, but there was a case where the insurance company was insisting that they can only pay on the value of the goods declared on the e-way bill. Is that correct or it's wrong?
No, e-way bill has nothing to do. See, transit. E-way bill has nothing to do with the thing. See, there is a. Do you have a separate transit policy for your equipment?
Yeah, we have a separate transit policy.
Okay. So in that, what amount have you insured your goods?
We just give the value of that particular contract. We don't for that transportation. We give only the value of the contract. We don't give the original value.
So because you need to give the original value, then only you will be covered for the original value. And if you give the original value, of course, your premium will be higher.
No, I think you're not got the point. We have insured it at a high
Sir,
value.
can I just help you with this, sir, if you don't mind? I know this case. So I've discussed this with Nari, sir. He's not coming out and telling you what exactly the case is.
Okay.
Now, in the transit, what happens is, okay, Khushru, sir, I do insurance as well. So
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was just asking questions. I've been a DJ, so I've been part of the line. I know exactly what this is. Okay. So I've helped him with his case, but the thing is, he's doing it maybe for the other people's benefit. Now, when you do an event, the rental bit is what he insures it for. But we have an
Can I just interrupt?
Yeah.
Santosh. Is Santosh there?
Yes, Kushru.
Santosh, there is a colleague of mine, Anaita. She's trying to join, but she's not been able to join.
Yeah, she's been going in and out.
Yeah,
So let me
yeah.
just check what
What
the
is
issue is.
that?
She's been continuously going in and out. So just see if she's still in the waiting room.
Yeah, she's there in the waiting room at least 5 to 6 times. She's gone out, coming, so that's the reason I put her on hold. Should I allow
Kindly
her?
request her to stay in the.
Because, technically, she'll be able to answer a lot of questions also.
Okay, so I'm allowing her.
Yeah. Hello, Anaita. Is she in now?
Yes, I have admitted her. She's there now.
Hello, Anaita. Hello.
Yeah, she's there, already there.
Can somebody speak with her?
I've unmuted her.
Okay. Anaita, can you hear me?
Perhaps there is some problem with her network or something.
With her network, yeah. Okay, sir, please carry on.
Yeah, sorry. So what I was saying is, sir doesn't now, because it's on rental and in the transit they don't insure it for the entire amount.
Right.
Now we had spoken about this, and there was an understanding between the insurance companies. I've already worked that out for Nari, sir.
Okay.
Now, depending on the number of equipment, so we had told them to give your DC copy,
Right.
not the e-way bill copy.
Right.
So this was just what he was trying to, clarify with somebody else who's been in the industry for so many years, I'm guessing.
Right. Right.
So basically, this was an understanding that was given by one of the top leading insurance companies. So I helped him work that out. So instead of looking at the e-way bill, what is going in the DC, you give us the valuation of that. Based on that, the insurance would be taken, and it'll be just a basic cover. It will not be a reinstatement cover, because in transit you can't give a reinstatement cover. It's a basic cover.
Agree.
So that's exactly what I was telling him, and I guided him with that.
Right. So that is possible.
So even since you were saying reinstatement for the sound and light.
So this is for the fire policy I was talking about.
Yes. So even for the sound and light, the reinstatement value, the reinstatement value with most of the companies, they do not approve, because it is over 5 years old. They say, yeah, ultimately a depreciation clause comes in.
Right.
So that is something that you need to.
You will not, definitely, you are absolutely right. So you will not get the whole amount. The insurance company will depreciate some amount and give it to you.
You know, that's precisely why I wanted it for you to clarify that, because I've already had a word with everyone about this. So I just wanted you to clarify that and tell them about.
That will happen. Depreciation value, they will cut some amount.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you, Karan. We have.
Thanks, sir.
We have one other question in the chat box. I'll just read it out to you. This is from Ms. Rubina Saeed. Her question is, want to know, how do we judge on the premium of an IP event, and how early do we do it? What if the value of event scales up after prior promotions?
Okay. So you can always add a top up to the insurance which you have taken. So today, if you say today you have insured your event for 10 crores, after a week you think your cost is 15 crores. So you can always do a top up for 5 crores.
Fine, sir.
You can always add the premium, additional premium, and take the insurance.
Fine, sir. I have another question. This is from Mr. Hitesh Bhagat. His question is, as we are in an infrastructural rental business,
right,
and deal with staging, hangar structure, etc., and we also take turnkey projects for the government,
right.
How do we get our material insured? What he's posted. This is actually, I also want you to read it in combination with another question raised by Mr. Murali from Capital Productions. His question again was, you mean to say no insurance to a fabricator who provides staging and infra materials? I think the question is the context of, you said that there needs to be specific coding.
That's right. That's what,
because probably elaborate on that coding aspects. Are you saying that we need to individually barcode every item?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So if you could just elaborate on that.
Because you need to understand that your equipment has caught fire. Underwriter comes, how does he check what equipment you have insured and which equipment is caught fire? So there has to be some coding, and that coding you'll have to give it prior to the event, saying these are my equipment, these are the codings, and then insure it.
If I could follow that up with, is there a prescribed norm for this coding? Is there something that the insurance company says this is a way in which you can code your material?
No, nothing like that. Because see, if you take sound, if you take your video walls, they all coded and they come. Even if you have, even if you take a printer or a laptop, it has a coding at the back.
So essentially, if we generate a coding system and
That's right.
integrate that into the insurance, the primary insurance,
Yeah.
then when it comes to the claim, it becomes easier because
During the claims, that coding has to be shown, seen on your equipment.
Okay, fine, sir. Any other questions? Okay, I have one more question in the chat box.
Yes.
This is from Mr. Tarun Sardana. His question
Hi,
is,
Tarun.
normally exhibition organizers does insurance for visitors and their material, whereas service providers must do their own materials, and third-party insurance of say 1,000 people at once.
Right.
Okay, I think it's more of a statement. It says it's not for much amount. Depends on. I'm sorry, sir, I'm not able to understand the length of this question. Tarun sir, if you're there, would you like to go ahead and post your question directly?
See, the problem, what we are facing, we are all service providers. So normally,
Yes.
their insurance done for their own material, depending upon the material shown in the stocks. That's very important.
Right.
Because one has material which is 20 years old, 10 years old, 5 years old.
Right.
So everyone has a different cost.
Right.
So depending upon because whatever we do normally, we get our insurance done for our material, and almost 1,000 people insurance third party for 1 lakh rupee each, which doesn't cost us much. I think it's for 25,000 rupees for 3 crore.
Yeah, nothing much.
For 3 crore rupees insurance, we pay only 25,000 rupees.
Right.
So my advice is every service provider should have their own service this insurance. They must get it done, because organizer will never come in front. Anything goes wrong, the service provider is the first person to get into a trap.
Because Tarun, today, if you see now, a lot of what is happening today, an event company is ready to take an event cancellation policy because it directly affects them. The equipment is outsourced. It doesn't affect them. They have not invested money, so they will say, "Boss, you take your own policy. We are taking this." So that is what is happening. So I think, as you said, vendors should have their own policy, and this electronic risk, all risk policy is a very good policy for vendors, so that your equipment is insured at your godown and at the venue also. And if you take an all risk policy, we can also include transit in that.
Right. So for a bigger show, normally what happens, organizer does the insurance of the visitors, participants, and their material. They will never do insurance for your material, because there are hundreds of service providers involved in one single exhibition.
Right.
So it's better, for all service providers should have, some kind of insurance is must for a bigger show.
Yes. But Tarun, what you can also do is when your client, for example, your client is taking insurance, they can name the vendors also in that policy.
No,
so they automatically get covered.
That's what I'm saying. See, the material cost insurance is normally, you don't know the cost. I got material lying for aluminum I bought 30 years back.
Right.
So the value today, we bought it for 40 rupees kg. Today, the scrap rate is 110 rupees.
Right.
So, I mean, it's very difficult to calculate the material cost. But see, whatever is in the stock, whatever one can do, at least a third party insurance is more important than your own material.
Right. Agree. So Tarun, what you do is, after this session gets over, let's speak over it.
Yeah.
And what happens today now? We are over here. We are discussing that this will happen, that will happen. What you need to do is you need to, make a list and file for insurance. At that time, you will exactly come to know what the insurance company is ready to insure and what not. And then we can take it forward from there. But people have to come forward to take insurance first.
Yeah, I think one should take 25,000 rupees as a fixed cost for any major show. I mean, you take it as a fixed cost.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Tarun. I have one more question. This is from the chat box. I would permit one more question from the members after that. we just have enough time for that. The question from the chat box, sir, is from Mr. David. And his question is, I think, with reference to, you had indicated the government has asked for insurance to be taken for the staff
Yes,
members now.
for the staff.
So his question is it compulsory to take an insurance for all events? Is it only about the staff, or is it about the events as well that the government is?
There is no government law stating you need to compulsory insure your events.
Okay.
So that is why 80% of events are not insured. Clients are not spending because there is no law. If today the government makes a law, the client will automatically come and insure it.
Fine. Thank you. Any other questions? We have time for one more question. I think we have.
John, can I take a question?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Kushru, now somebody, if an event manager is doing a multi-city event.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how does he take the policy? Because today I'm doing it in Chennai, tomorrow I'm doing it in Cochin. The material is moving from one city to other city.
I'll tell you, we can insure that. We have done this kind of insurance for CS Direct from Delhi. So they were doing a multi-city government events. So in one policy, we had covered 6 events. At the cost of one premium, 6 events were covered. But when you are applying for this kind of insurance, you need to have a confirmed venue and a date. You need to give me a proof of venue booking and the date, basically. Then it can get insured.
What happens for some reason the venue gets changed in the 5th event? Out of 6 events, the 5th event venue changes for some reason.
Right.
For unforeseen circumstance, the venue changes.
Right. So the venue changes, then we can reapply stating that this venue has been cancelled and this venue and the venue event is shifted over there. We can write to the insurance policy and they will cover the venue, but we will need good amount of time for that, at least 3-4 days. But it is possible.
I'm done, John.
Any other question? Anybody else? I think we are done for the day. Mr. Kushru, thank you very much for having taken the time to make this presentation for us and answer all these questions. It's been a wonderful, informative session. I'm hoping that this would lead to more of our members and the people who have been part of the chat to take insurance more actively. Santosh, do you want to add something?
Yeah, Kushru, on the cyber security, you said you would be taking a little more in depth because today we are facing a lot of.
Yeah. So you want to do one more session on that?
Yeah, if you could tell in a nutshell, because see, we are now using Zoom now.
Yeah.
And yesterday you told me EMA had a problem with Zoom. They were
hacked. Lot of people are having problems now with Zoom. It's being hacked.
So do we proceed with Zoom for our next meeting, or do we switch to
there
another?
There is no other alternative. See, what is happening is, Santosh, you need to understand that now this digital platform is just started because of COVID-19. Nobody would have thought we would have been doing meetings digitally. So we'll need to give them some time at least. You can try Google Hangout also. Google Hangout also you can do these kind of meetings. So the Google security will be much more better than anybody else.
So we've got Microsoft Teams as well. So Microsoft Teams also allows you to do the same share.
But I think you need to pay for that.
No, sir. I think it's free because most of the companies are doing the same thing. So
right. But that is not sure because today, if your Zoom thing gets hacked, they can also hack the data on your laptop.
Yeah, there's a lot of ransomware that's happening. Multiple companies have got into a lot of trouble with it.
So what they do is they hack this data and they sell it in the market, or they call you for ransom. Basically, that's how it works.
Yeah, they hold you to ransom to pay up unless they don't let you go otherwise.
Right. So these things will, you need to be careful. You need to use a better secured platform.
Any options?
I Google Hangout. Somebody told me, Navneet from Lakshya, he said they use Google Hangouts a lot. I've
Excuse
not
me.
tried.
Is that the Cisco WebEx is good?
Pardon? I've not tried it, sir.
Okay.
So you need to basically, you need to try different platforms and see how they are.
Actually, for the last couple of days, I'm seeing that for Google Hangout also, like a lot of people have started complaining regarding that as well.
Okay.
But in fact, yesterday I was just on Twitter. I saw that in UK, most of the meetings that are happening in the Senate and all over there are on Zoom only, Zoom platform.
Okay. Yeah, Zoom is on.
Everybody is doing it on Zoom.
Yeah, right.
So they basically have actually released certain guidelines that you need to follow, and if you go into that and basically don't allow everyone, keep changing your IDs and your passwords continuously, there you're securing yourself a little more. So if that's done, yeah, then it's okay.
So basically, it's what you do with your bank accounts and keep changing your passwords and
yeah. So they're saying every meeting change your ID and password.
Yeah. I think that is a better thing, because once once a hacker knows that IESA comes every day on this, they are prepared.
For the benefit of all, if we remember, we had a meeting with Mr. Ramakrishnan from Raksha Technologies. What he told us is that the risk is more from the host end.
Achha.
Right, it is most from the host end, not from the audience end. Audience is okay, fine, like there is no problem, and it is difficult to hack their systems. But from the host end, it is more easy to hack. So my suggestion would be that when the host is starting a meeting, instead of starting a meeting from the regular laptop, if they can have a laptop where there is no data in it. Right. So that would be easy. Like if you are doing regular meetings, for example.
No, but still the end user will also get hacked. It's not only those. If 400 people are using in a meeting, they can also hack those 400 people.
Yeah, but just to take your point, Khushru, you said EMA's meeting was hacked. Now,
They
who all was
thought
affected?
it was hacked. They thought it was hacked because they were.
They thought it was hacked, but it was not hacked.
They were finding some problems in that,
But that's not a hack, right?
They thought it was hacking.
So you cannot justify if it is getting hacked, because if you see some unusual activity happening, like for example today one person was coming and going off, like from my understanding, I was thinking that somebody unknown is coming and trying to hack the system, but now Mr. Khushru tells us that they are one of their team members. So it could be like this. Now I can explore the story and say that okay, this is somebody who's trying to hack my system, and then it will go viral. As simple as that. You need to keep vigilant, and maybe when you start the meeting, you start a meeting from your maybe from a laptop where there is no data. Also the password should be changed. The meeting should be locked. Now our meetings are not locked. We are keeping the meetings on. Now meeting should be locked. This is what the first thing that was told to us by Mr. Ramakrishnan, that meeting should be locked after 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Nobody should be allowed after that. And one password. Now one meeting ID should be there. Recurring meeting ID should be there for at least 1 week. After 1 week, you should create one new meeting ID.
Right.
So these are certain principles that we should take from.
Because this is what also your bank tells you, right? You change your ATM pin regularly. You change your bank NEFT, bank net banking password regularly.
Hi, this is Madhu here.
Yes, Madhu.
Yesterday, I was talking to my uncle, who is a cybersecurity company person in US, and he also uses Zoom. Okay, what he said is that if you avoid 2-3 things, nobody can hack your system. In the sense, like when you are coming for a common meeting, you don't share files via Zoom.
Okay.
That gives a window of opportunity for the hacker to send his .exe files or whatever the hacker files. And second thing is that when you have a open source coding platforms, that is where the system gets into trouble. He says once you log the meeting or something, it normally doesn't affect the system for the participants.
Okay.
Like locking the meeting, other things. So sharing the file via Zoom, if it is not there, not much to be really worried about. That's what he was telling. But if you allow access for Zoom,
sir, you can never say today the American president's phone has been hacked with the biggest of security. So, you try and hackers will try and hack, and the security will try and see how secure they can make the platform, you know. So that is the thing which will keep going on.
Thank you, sir. Anything else? So, yes, sir, Santosh, sir, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Santosh, you'll share my numbers and email ID with all the members so I can send them all the details again.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. And it's going to some time, for a long time. So those who want, and we're going to circulate the link to everybody, the entire industry. Those who want can go and download your PPT from there itself.
Okay.
In fact, you can just share your second last screen right now.
Mine?
Before leaving the meeting room. Yeah. And anybody who wants to pick up your credentials from there, they can.
I have a very important point to raise, Khushru.
Yes, sir.
I have a very important point is, this I'm talking from personal experience, which I think, John and Santosh both have to also make note and let it be known in the ESA meetings. See, earlier we were taking insurance without knowing, what insurance we are taking. So whenever we went for a claim, the insurance company also, they always had some smart answers saying that you're not insured for this, you're not insured for that. But thanks now, in our case, it's Karan who brought it to our notice, and I think it's also it is necessary for the insurance company also to explain to the vendors or the clients as to what are the pros and cons of the policy and what is right for them. They should only suggest us what is right for the vendor.
Sir, they will not do that. They will not do that. If they start doing that, it's a loss to them. You understand?
Good. That's good news to hear, because earlier it was not like that.
So basically, see, I am from the industry and I know what we are going through. And KM Dastur has been, in the market for the last 50 years. It's a Parsi-owned company, and so we try and be very specific. We can also, when you're taking a claim, I can also tell you what kind of security, during the claim, what would the underwriter come and ask you. So you need to be prepared with photos and videos of those kind of stuff, so that when a claim comes, you don't know when a claim will come. Yeah. So the whole event has to be recorded, photos has to be there, video has to be shot and kept in check.
Yeah, this is exactly the point. What I was trying to tell you.
We can't do anything.
We just finished an event, 2 days before cancellation of the, because the event got cancelled just 2 days before the corona.
Okay. What was the reason? Corona was the reason?
Yeah, corona was the reason.
So you will not get covered now.
No, that's what we didn't get covered. And secondly, when we went for the cover also, they said we want photographs of how many people reported every day. We want a photograph of the setup, the installation, and things like that.
No, sir. I'll tell you how it works. Yeah. If you would have taken insurance of this event 2 months back, your COVID-19 would have been covered. Now, since what has happened is that the government has said that COVID-19 is an epidemic, it will not get covered now, and no insurer will give you an insurance for an epidemic now, because they know they are 100% at risk. 100% is a loss for them.
Okay.
So I will give you one example about Wimbledon. They used to insure Wimbledon every year for the last 17 years for $2 million. Now this year the tournament has got cancelled and they got $140 million.
Okay. Interesting.
So that is important. Is insurance is very, very important, And when if you also see my presentation, we have also insured epidemic. What happens is when you cover if you go to any broker, the broker will say, "Boss, मेरा commission कहाँ से मिलता है? ज़्यादा वहाँ cover दे दो उनको." Claim के time पे he'll bloody shut off his phone and he's not there.
Exactly.
Right. So this is a problem with each and every company. Even with your personal mediclaim, today you don't know what you are covered for. During the claim, you will actually come to know what you are covered for and what you are not covered.
Exactly.
So today the insurance company will give you a 10-page coverage. So what you will understand and what the insurance company understands are two different
things. Yes.
parts.
Yeah.
So that is where we come in the picture. We can exactly tell you what to do. See, today now, if you see, there is, for example, there is a ticket selling event happening, and you don't have CCTV. So you have nothing recorded what has happened. If there is a fight at the entrance, or some rioting has happened inside, or anything, you have no recorded proof of what has happened inside. So your claims are not going to pass.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Sir, there is one last question. Sorry, just one last question, John. This is regarding the group Mediclaim policy.
Yes.
For the employees.
Right.
Is there a cap on the number of employees, or what are the other requirements?
How many employees do you think you would want to insure?
For example, let's say that I have 10 employees in my organization.
You can insure it. But if you go for a bigger number, what I can advise is that if IESA, for example, they have 50 member companies. So you can take one policy on the association's name covering all the companies. Your premium will come at least 30% less if you apply and approve. No? Rather than so again, that's what I'm saying. You are insuring 7 people and you are insuring 500 people.
And does that also cover your maternity also?
Everything. Critical illness, maternity. I will just.
So, but one more thing. Now, when you do such a big cover for people, GMC, if one company had a large claim,
right,
then the entire ESA's premium goes up, right? Again.
That's right.
So then everyone is forced the next year to pay a higher amount.
That's right.
And
but you have to understand that your coverages are also more. The coverages which you will not get individually, you will get over here.
Yeah, but GMC, everything is available. Whatever you want,
Yeah, you were answering my questions with that.
So just go. You can see my screen.
Yes.
There is a group Mediclaim policy, and see the coverages which are there over there. There is no limit to any disease. Maternity benefit is covered. Infertility is covered. Cyberknife robotic surgery. Life and congenital ailments are covered. Your eye operation is covered. Accidents covered even on OPD basis also. OPD you never get anywhere.
And this is applicable instantly after the employee joins the organization.
Immediately.
And
this cover is immediate. You pay the premium and you're covered. There is no waiting period.
Just like in your corporates,
yeah.
Suraj?
And with this group Mediclaim policy, we are also giving you personal accident cover and critical illness cover in the same premium. So you don't, because today critical illness are not covered. You have to pay additionally to cover critical illnesses. And over here, critical illness is also covered from the first day.
Okay.
So this policy we are giving out to the hospitality industry. Taj Mahal Hotel, Taj President, a lot of other hotels have taken this policy for the staff.
And an event company can also take.
We can. We have taken permission so that. So maybe Santosh, I can send you this policy and you can circulate amongst your members.
Okay. No problem. Send it across.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure, sir. Would appreciate that. Santosh, do you want to take that?
Sorry, John.
He said he will send you the policy details for you to circulate among the members.
Kushro has my mail ID. He has the ESA Tamil Nadu chapter mail ID.
I'll coordinate, sir. I'll coordinate.
Excellent. Thank you, gentlemen, ladies. It's been one huge informative session. Mr. Kushru, really appreciate you having taken your time off to...
We can do one more session also. Let me speak with all the members and speak to the insurance companies and again come back and we can, discuss other things also. So now, because we have time now, events are not going to get happen now. So at least we can start discussing with the insurance companies also if you need anything covered more, than what is given today.
Kushru, just a suggestion. Can we take policy by policy? For example, you say for sound and light, fire.
Yeah.
What is the cover? So we can go a little more specifics. You know,
No,
half of us don't understand what you're telling here.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you. Now so this is for an event manager. Okay. This policy is for an event manager. So
would you want to, one moment, sir. So would you want to have this proceed now, or would you want to do this in a separate session?
I'm okay. Whatever members are getting late, then we can always do it.
I think because we generally operate, we've gone more than 15-20 minutes over our usual time.
We can do it again, no problem.
Yes, sir. I think it will be good for us to repeat a session or, have another session altogether.
Yeah, we can go in much more detail also.
Yes, because I think more people are missing. There's only hardly 30 people on the group right now.
Okay.
We are almost 60 in the middle of the session.
So basically, you'll need to tell them to be online, because it's good for everyone that, this information passes to them.
Sure. Santosha, would that be okay with you? Excellent.
I mean, it's okay with everybody. It's okay with me.
Thanks, sir.
So
we'll close with this for the day. Mr. Khushru, again, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, joined us, patiently been present, listening for all the questions that you have thrown. I'm sure you have more questions to ask Mr. Khushru. Please do message us. We'll compile a list of questions that we can present to him before we call him back for another session.
Sure, I think that would be good, at least all your queries have been answered by then.
Yes.
Yeah.
That way we would have a bigger platform to start off with straight away in terms of answers from his side. I hope this has been of interest to everybody. Kindly do let your contacts know before we have the next session so that we have more members who can come on board, more people, visitors who can come on board, who can get benefited by this information.
So in the next session, I can also show you certain forms which you need to fill in when you're taking an insurance policy. So people will have an idea about how the forms also has to be. Because what happens is sometimes if your forms are not filled properly, it also it is a problem during the claims.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
So with that, we come to the conclusion of today's session. For those of you who did not join the meeting early enough, who are visitors to this meeting, the next time around, if you join early, we'd be very happy to have you introduce yourself. We would like to know who is coming on board, who is being part of this webinar. We would like to get to know you and your business as well. This is an initiative that's been taken by ESA Chennai chapter under the able guidance.
Tamil Nadu chapter.
The Tamil Nadu chapter. Thank you, sir. Under the able guidance of our national chapter. Our president was online. I think he's moved on now.
He's left.
Yes, he's left. So I would again welcome you all to our next sessions, which would be hopefully tomorrow. We will advise you on the details of who will be doing that session. For now, we come to the end of today's session. So I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow at 11 a.m. Ladies and
Santosh, I will be launching my health and safety book next week. So maybe we can also do a session on health and safety also at events.
Let us know when you're ready.
Yeah, sure.
We are more than happy to have that.
All right, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Khushru. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.